Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back to How to CAD Almost Anything IAP 2026. Today's session is session 2.5. So it's not session 2, no, it's not session 3, it's 2.5. And the main purpose of this session, similarly to when we do session 4.5 later on, is to really review the last two sessions. So session 2.5 reviews session 2 and session 1, 4.5 will review 4 and 3. So we've covered already in one how to use the extrude command, how to do cuts, fillet, chamfer, how to do a bunch of sketches, how to use the project geometry command, as well as how to bring pictures. So we're gonna now work on two projects that I already hinted on session 2 previously on those videos that will try to at least get all of these commands together in a pretty integral way so we get to apply them and do actually pretty complicated things. And let me show you what those are right now. We are going to start by doing something extremely unusual. We're going to make a Pokemon card. That at simple glance is not too difficult to do. It's just a lot of details. However, believe me that we can get something that looks pretty much like this. It will take a while, but I'll bring this picture into Inventor in just a second, and I'll start tracing around, and we're gonna do a similar thing to what we've done with the MIT Intramurals banner. We're gonna build layer by layer. It's just to show from here that um, you know, all of the techniques that we've learned can be pretty robust, super strong. You can take a 2D object and make it into 3D, something like this. So this is fairly simple, even though it will take a while. What is going to be a lot more interesting after we're done with the Zapdos Pokemon card is to do this. We're going to CAD a Game Boy. Now, this is what we're going to do today is an example of a very powerful technique where you take every single view. So from the top, side, back, side, like the top, also the top, and then the bottom from the other side. So it will be from the back. And you're essentially looking at creating some form of, we can do maybe like 6 different master sketches from here in the same way that we've done before. And then we're gonna reference each one of these as we give this volume. The Game Boy per se, looking at it right now, it doesn't have a lot of details. It's just that it has details on every single side. So I'd say the Pokemon card has a lot more details, but it's just one face where you're working from. Meanwhile, the Game Boy instead, you're looking at it from multiple edges. So that's why I think it's gonna be interesting to do. I don't think it's gonna be that difficult, but it will be definitely fun. And you can then employ this technique on making the Game Boy to pretty much anything out of which you might have different side views. For instance, it's possible that when we work on the PlayStation controller later on, we might employ a similar technique of bringing pictures that show you different sides. So that being said, let's get started. So right now, I'm gonna start with the Pokemon card. So I go here to New Part. So let's wait until this opens, and I'll go here obviously to Sketch. I'll choose the XY plane, and we'll start as always by bringing here our Zapdos. I already have all of the pictures that I need for today. And I'll bring my friend Zapdos right there. And maybe since we're here, I might change the units this time to millimeters. I think it's gonna be better if we do it like that. Good. And maybe just for fun, let's make that 200, because why not? And let's constrain that and that to be to sketch. Let's make that coincident. So this is pretty much as I'm gonna speak today. Actually, let me just define this dimension that way. Okay, that's fine. This is as much as I'll speak right now because there we go. Because what I'm gonna start doing right now is use the spline to trace all of this out. So we're gonna actually do a series of master sketches. So not just one, but a multiple sketches that then we're gonna be constantly referencing afterwards once we build layer by layer. The reason for this is because I realized on the previous session that whenever you have a lot of things in the same sketch, it's difficult to employ the project geometry command. So I'll start probably doing a sketch that, all right, has the overall contour of the card, then another sketch for the Zapdos itself, then another sketch for the ability. So we'll see how much time it takes us. Hopefully it will be rather quick, and then I'll come back again once it's time to actually give this volume. And that should actually be a fairly quick process. So let's go ahead and get started. So we've gotten all the way to this point. I think the card is actually looking pretty lit so far. So this is our Pokemon card after drafting it all the way through. At least most details are here. There's a couple of things that I'll be adding later, but I wanted to start building this because otherwise it might be a little bit too complicated. We might get carried away. At least I'm glad that we employed 4 different sketches to do this because that's gonna save us a lot of time, I think. And I'm gonna, just in case, I'm gonna open image in a new tab. That way I can have it all colored in here. But yes, this is the card. So let's start layer by layer. So I'm gonna do one more, I'll do a sketching here. And we're gonna start very easy with project geometry, just these lines right here, just like that. And we go here to, oh, there we go. We go to 3D model, and then we extrude. And wait, suppose, hold on. Let me for a minute. I'm gonna just hide all of these guys right here. That's gonna make my life a little bit easier. I'm gonna hide this sketch one. Yeah, hide you. There we go. There we go. So now I'm just gonna extrude the stuff that I see. Oh, I suppose I didn't quite finish bringing all the lines that I needed. I see. Good. I think that should be sufficient. Wait, maybe I'm gonna start again by I'm gonna go here to sketch, project geometry. There we go. I think all of these should be here. So if I change the visibility, there we go. So I just need a line that connects that and that point. Okay. Will this work? Is a question. Yes, it does. And we're gonna give it just a little bit, just 8 millimeter. It doesn't need to be too much. Like that's sufficient. Okay, so now we're gonna do another sketch on that face, and for this I will show this sketch in here. I'll show you to see what exactly do we want to bring from this one. So suppose right now that I want to bring just the exterior lines. So I'll go here to break geometry. So I'll do that, 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 and that. Very good. And I'm gonna bring that guy up by 0.05, just marginally. There we go. Very good. So now looking at this, I'm gonna bring this line, this line. So I'll bring the basic first. Okay, so let me start with that. I'll do sketching here. I think it's gonna be much easier once I bring the like the Zapdos. But I'll go here to project geometry. I'll do pretty much all of those. How does that look like so far? Okay, that's good. What else could I bring? Like that one. Yeah, but that one is its own shade of gray, I would say, which is similar to that down there. So maybe I'll just start with this part, and then I'll do a line that's gonna connect from here to there, and we should be able to bring this up by also 0.05. So just very tiny amounts. Actually, I'm gonna go here, edit feature. We're gonna do it in both directions. 0.05. There we go. That way I can see it filled over there as well. Good. Okay, let me just take a look at this in here. Yeah, this looks appropriate so far, not bad. So now let's do another sketch in this face, and we're gonna bring that guy and all of those metal ones around it. So let's start maybe first with this one. So project geometry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I think they're the same colors, just that they are offsetted by a little bit. That's why I'm just gonna bring them individually like that. But I wasn't sure whether I was gonna be bringing that. Yeah, should I bring the ability? I could bring the ability too. So why not? I'm gonna project entities. There we go. I keep on saying project entities when it's really geometry project. There we go, which is like the equivalent version. Good. And we're gonna do it also on that piece right here. We'll start first with those guys. So let me just select the guy and that guy. Excellent. Like that. Very good. So we are gonna actually yes, I think that should be fine. I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna select that. I'm gonna select that. Select that. I'm gonna select that. Very good. We're gonna give it 0.06, just marginally more, but at least you can tell that it's like a different piece. Because then I'm gonna continue here, and now I can select. Okay, now all of these lines that were remaining. So we'll start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then all of the interior. We'll do it slowly, where nobody's in a rush. There we go. Did it work? It seems like it. Let's see, is there anything else that I would have to do? Oh yes, I forgot to do that little line, but I'll do it. I'll do it in a different point. Okay, so let's bring that up. So let me go straight to 3D model. Let me just go here to sketch, and I should have probably. There we go. Now yes, none of that stuff. We'll bring it up by just 0.05. That way we can distinguish, right? That these two are different right there. The same thing now. We're gonna go here to start sketch, say over there. And we're gonna bring those two little lines. So we have that one right there. So let me go here to project geometry, that one, and I believe it was that one right here. Boom. I should probably select that one too. Okay, so the way we're gonna do this is by drawing a straight line that goes there, another straight line that will go here, the same thing right here. Very good. Okay, so let's bring this up by 0.07. Good. Okay, so I think this is it with regards to that sketch. Unless there's anything else that I'm missing in here, I can hide the visibility. So now the next one that comes up is this one right here. So let me just show it. Where are you? Visibility? Very good. So now what I can literally do is do a sketch on this face. And now we can just go here to project and all of them, and I can select all of these ones. Oh, or I think, not sure whether it's gonna work. So I could actually just select all of the areas that I would like. I think it might be better if I do it that way, in my opinion. So do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like this. Slowly, just like that. And suppose that I want to give you, say, well, one will bring you up there, so we can do one, 0, 5. See. Oh, but it's doing the wrong thing. Let me go here to edit. Edit, where are you? Edit feature. I do not want to cut. I just want to bring you up. Let me make it perhaps a little more obvious. There we go. Now, what's gonna be funny is that I should make those borders round right away. So maybe let me start by doing that now. So I'll go here to fillet. Oh, and I should probably, I think that looks decent, don't know. Oh, I see. I'll correct it later. In a second. Borders properly. We're gonna give this maybe 10. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, like this shouldn't even be there. So I think once I put a fillet, that will probably disappear. Yeah, good. And maybe that might be 5. There we go. Good. There we go. Excellent. I like it. Okay, we got our card is coming together slowly. So this is super important. Okay, so I think this is looking nice. Let me just save our card. Okay, to the picture. Yes, at least all of the energies are clearly marked where they have to be. And then we'll add the text in just a little bit. So now it's time for, if that is out, then for the Zapdos. Now, this is gonna be fun. And maybe for this one, I will show it. And let's see how we're gonna make this work. Oh, I just realized there are some instances where maybe I should go here to edit sketch. Uh, I think actually this is all fine. Maybe let me change that visibility for a second. Um, it might actually be necessary if I go, actually, I will edit this sketch for a second. It might actually be necessary to draw a straight line that goes all the way like that, just to close some of these sketches, especially if we're gonna go for a technique that is gonna directly extrude from here. So we'll select all of the areas that we're interested on. Okay, and just like that. Excellent. Good. Okay, what do we have left? And there we go. Let's go for that. Good. This is gonna be fun. So let me go here to finish. So we got our Zapdos, at least it's nicely marked on that end. Oh boy, let's see. We're gonna select all of these lines slowly, even though all of these guys right here, all of that exterior. Also, when it doesn't allow me to select something, it's because there's an open contour somewhere. So I'll have to find that eventually. But let's start at least with all of this stuff. Okay, so I need to see where somewhere it's open, it seems. Mm-hmm. So that's closed. Oh, I see. I see where you were closed. The sketch, of course. There we go. Did I? And I didn't close it there either. Oh, good. anywhere else. I think this might be fine this time around, but you never know, right? Until you start doing it. Hmm. So now maybe it's the the interior one, the one that, oh, I see. It did sketch. It did sketch. This is a good sanity check, right? Because this is when you realize that you weren't done at all. There we go. No, oi, I finish, finish. There we go. So now, yes, I can. There we go. I'm gonna select all of the different areas that I want of my Zapdos. There we come. So all of this should technically be all of the blue stuff, all of the like the green stuff. I hope so. TBD. But I think this should be fine. Is the eyes? Yeah, there's some that looks green. Is it green in the eyes? Yeah, that might actually be like a green part of the eyes too. That stuff as well. But otherwise, I think this we did it. I mean, it took a while to get all the way to this point, but I'm glad. No, and we don't want to cut this. We want to bring it upwards by some amount that's gonna be is comparable to all of that. I'd say 1.05. How about that? Oh, maybe feature. I should say 0.7, maybe. Pwah! The eyes, were they green? Oh, I forgot to select the eyes. Holy macaroni. This is looking extremely beautiful. Like I like it. Now when you actually start to see the bird right here, it's a completely different story. And now we're talking business. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, edit feature, and select the stuff that I think is missing, which is, there we go. It was the area, the eyes. Phew! Now this is nice. Okay. Gorgeous. I'll need to, yeah, so that looks good. I need to clear on the ability area. And then I have to just get rid of that stuff, but I'll do that in a minute. Yes, that looks correct in the sense of, yes, that's where it's supposed to be. Like maybe on the energy, I might need to take that out in a second, but that is completely doable. We can deal with that. But otherwise, yeah, this is. Let me just save the card. Good. Uh, okay, so maybe the claws look okay. So let's start adding some of the text in that case. So actually, let me clear out some space. So I'll go here to sketch, and I'll go here to project entity. So I'll do that, that, that. Let me just draw a line. There we go. Which face am I? I want to extrude. So I want to in the opposite direction. There we go. That way, when I draw the ability, it's all nice. And the only other area where I'm supposed to also clear that, let me see. Yes, the all of the feathers are supposed to be there. I might need to clear. Yes, that stuff. I'll do it in a second. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, so I might need to draw in here. So what I'm gonna do is project geometry. One, two, three. And I'm gonna extrude all the way up to face. Hmm. Oh, select face. There we go. Oh, select face. Oh, I select profiles. I wasn't selecting everything, of course. Uh, there we go. Oh, edit feature. Maybe I forgot to edit sketch. I do maybe convert uh, the project geometry here as well. Finish. And now edit feature and that area too. Wonderfully. Okay, I guess most of the details are there, even though, yeah, maybe some of that could get along. Maybe I might do it as well. There, let me just go here to edit sketch. I'll do it here too. So that way I don't have to deal with that later. And then edit feature, and I'll add that and that. Good. Okay, so this looks kind of pretty. So the only other area where this is missing would be the power right here. So I'm gonna go here to sketch on there. And we are gonna project, and this is that, okay. And we are going to, actually, hold on. What I should have done is, project, where are you? Project that, there we go. And now, yes, I'm going here to model, extrude, cut, up to face. Great. So now all of this stuff is looking kind of cool. So there's up to this. It's kind of attack mode. So the next part that are missing is adding the little black eyes. So to do that, we go here to sketch. We select the eye area over there, even though I kind of like it with these eyes, but I need to show visibility. Show me, show me the sketch. So what I need is, there we go. There black on the other side. Yes, it's technically all of that. Let's see. I think I brought most of what I need. Maybe that is okay. Good. I can now hide that sketch again. Um, and I can just extrude the parts that I need. So for instance, this area, that area, and I suppose is that. Extrude by 0.05. I mean, I think it's fine. Okay, so let's start adding some of the text. So we're gonna, actually for this one, what we'll do is we'll go here to edit sketch. And oh boy, this is gonna be fun as well. We're gonna go here to, actually, edit, there we go. 3D model. Oh, why isn't it allowing me to? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. The sketch doctor. Sure. Let me first save this before my sketch. Say in here. Why? Huh? Why isn't it letting me extrude all of these shapes, all of this text? Um, I'm gonna try in here, edit sketch. I'm gonna try to look at that text. Show it for a minute. Oh, now yes, now I can go for this. Now we can do it. I just had to show the visibility perfectly. Let me select all of these words. Now this is gonna be a lot of fun, and I think the part that might be a little bit tricky is adding all of the white emboss all around it, but I think there's workarounds. So as you can tell, this card is an approximation. It's not really exactly the Zapdos card, but it's like a decent shot at the actual thing. Let me just select all of these. Yes, I know you're complaining, but it's the work that it takes. Boom. At least these are all the ones that are technically colored black. So it's gonna save us a lot of time when that's why I selectively chose which were the words that I wanted to include. Good. So let's say I want this to be okay. Will you work? Is the question. And oh my goodness, this is wonderful. All right, so I'm gonna first save this and I'm gonna start coloring some of this stuff before it's too late. So the base color is dark gray. So I'm gonna go to my very first extrusion. I'm gonna here to actually this extrusion and fillet number one properties. So we're gonna make this, let's say, want this to be some form of dark gray. Let's see. Good, that's perfect. Now we're gonna make this guy. So what's next? It's the background. The background is gonna be blue. So that and fillet two properties. We are gonna go here and let's see. Do we have some form of light blue? I think it was no, but that's clear. Light. There's probably some light gray, light beige. Mm-hmm. Smooth. Tropical blue. We'll need turquoise also as well later, so it's good to know that that's available for us. I'm not a fan of this color palette per se. Uh, Blue wall, glossy blue glazing. Let's see what that looks like. I think that looks all right. As the backgrounds are kind of light blue. However, I can now select, say, these faces individually, and now you are gonna be. Let's see. Do I wanna make like that or let's see yellow? What would be the equivalent that would appear? Nah, but I want something that looks a little bit brighter than that. Maybe like a gold. Let's see. Low file. Nah. G. Yeah, that is exactly the color. So I'm gonna select this guy. Oh, Well, is all of this connected? All of this side? I suppose it might be, given that these lines right there, they all seem as if I might need to do a little sketch on this face just to prevent. There we go. So let's say project geometry there, and maybe here. I think they're all straight, but I just have to make sure. There we go. Boom. Oh, there we go. And one more, one more. I think that should be it. And now we're gonna extrude all of these one after the other one. See, all of the little things that one discovers, right? As we just impose, then we start to color stuff. You see, like the things were not complete. There we go. We're gonna say, well, I want you to go all the way up to this face. Will you do me the honor? Excellent. So now, oh, fantastic. So I can select that. I can select the beak. I can select that stuff in there, and we are gonna. Oh, actually, yes, I have to just. There we go. Let me just go back to gold G, and now I can. All right, what else is yellow on the bird? So it's literally the tail. It's that. It's that. It's all of those parts right there, and like this, right? Yeah, that seems mostly correct. So, oh, and this guy right there. You can say repeat finish. G, G for gold. Okay, good. So this is starting to look like Zapdos. Repeat finish. G for gold. Okay. Now those were orange. So let's change that to be. Let's see. Do we have orange? Actually, I do like that. Okay, so repeat finish right there. And those are like the claws, which I have to do a little bit more properly. But I'll be doing that in seconds. This and that little triangle there should all, and that should all be orange as well. Meanwhile, actually, what I can do is with extrusion 13 properties, that's going to be anodized black because we know that that works as a good color for black. So now it's much easier to read all of our text. In fact, we are gonna, for the eyes, that area is white. So white, say repeat finish. White. It's kind of fun because when you're doing this exercise, it's so exhaustive to just look at a Pokemon card for such a extended period of time that you become pretty familiar with all of the different components behind it. And then, oh boy. So the original, I think, what was that? Extrusion 12. Anyways, I can just go here. I can select all of that. Or I just extrude. So properties, let's see. Let's see turquoise. Actually, that kind of looks like the actual color. So I'm not dissatisfied per se. That's supposed to be yellow, it seems there. And I may have forgotten of one little area in there that I should have selected. So I'm gonna go back to that. But let me go here to repeat finish and make that goal. Okay. And now in all of these areas, we do that. Analyze black. Here the um analyzed. Okay. So what I do not know is, yeah, I'll get to. First, let me save this because I think it's looking. I'll need to do the EX. That's probably gonna be one of the very last things that I work. Oh, the lightning in there. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because I know what I'm gonna do with that in just a moment. But let me just save this for a minute. Yes, I'll get to that soon. Just wanna first deal with that triangle in there. So I'm wondering whether I did it in the first place in Sketch 4. We show here visibility. No, the wrong sketch. Sketch 3. No, I didn't do it. So I guess I'm gonna do it right now. So the way it works is that it's approximate some form of, if only I could bring, let me just show it for a second. Actually, let me, what I can do is I could do a new sketch, say on this face, and I could actually bring it back again, the picture, like these Zapdos. I can be like, all right, I'm gonna fix that in there, and I will make that be 200. What I need to do is, oh yeah, there we go. Just, oh my goodness. Then a little triangle that goes all the way like that. And let me just hide this picture for a minute. So what I can do is, well, on this very sketch, I can, well, I can actually do another sketch right here and extrude downwards those two. And I'll say I want to go up to the face. Oh, what if let's give it a 0.01. It doesn't matter because, oh, this command. If it works with that, I'm gonna maybe do 0.02. That way it's a little bit better. Oh, I think it doesn't like whenever we do very small amounts. So what about 0.05? Would you complain? No. Okay, good. What we're gonna do is change the property of that and we'll make that black. Anodized black. Excellent. Good. Okay. It's, I think we're getting close to being done. I'm just gonna save this for a minute. So what else do we have? So that has to be dark gray as well. So what else has to be dark gray? Just that. Actually, all of these guys, I didn't change their colors yet. But I'll do that too now. I'll make this, I'll make that. Uh, I'll make, yes, I'll do one, two, three, four, five, and six. We are gonna, oh, see, I can just go here. We'll make that Chrome. Chrome, where are you? Actually, this is more like steel, I think. Let me see. Mm, Let me try perhaps a different color. Yeah, this is more like the details, right? This is not that it's gonna be like so important, but I mean, it makes it look nicer. So that's why it's good to spend some time looking at this. Maybe iron gray. No, that's too gray. Nickel. Okay, well, you know what? We're gonna make them all nickel. Right here. Good. Anything else? Yeah, maybe that one too. Okay. Then yeah, I'll make that one. Just I'm taking my creative freedom. I will do this and that. I will make that chrome and polished. Yeah, eventually I'll correct it there. And this guy, and where are you? This guy, they have to be turquoise. Tur- That was like the original color that I had encountered this on. There we go, yes, and that background in there has to be black. Make that black. Actually, anodized black. There we go. Then this right here has to be red. And this, let me make that gray. Uh, Very good. Okay, so it's slowly coming together. It's obviously taking a while to get, but I'm very satisfied with the progress with this card. So let's make the claws. Here's also one. Mm, did we not? Hmm, I think I forgot to include these guys on the extrude. So let me make a very quick extrude on the side of here. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna go here to sketch, project. Oh yeah. What I wanted to project all of that face, all of that face. I think in comparison, making the Game Boy is gonna be a lot easier, in my opinion. Select profiles, this and that, and up to, I'm gonna say up to here. Okay, good. And the reason why we care about this is because now I can color the claw. That's really what I wanted to do. I can go here. Oh, that's gonna be Chrome. Sure. There we go. There we go. And there we go. Chrome. Polished. I need to figure out, yeah, like those guys. Let me make a little sketch over here. Let's take a look at the claw of our friend Zapdos. Okay, I think we're getting close to being done. I'm just gonna show this. Well, actually, don't want to edit that. Finish. I wanted to show the visibility. Show visibility. There we go. Now I can edit that sketch. And what I want to bring is these guys. So, project entities, that and that. Good. Let's see whether that's gonna work. So we're gonna extrude those two by 0.05. Excellent. And we're gonna make that extrusion properties. Let's make that chrome. Okay. Well, Alrighty, so here we go. It took a long time to get to this point. I think we were in a relatively similar point for a while, but well, adding details at some point is diminishing returns, right? You're not gonna get it to look much better by adding a lot more. But I think this looks quite beautiful, honestly. To think that you're able to make a CAD model of a Pokemon card on Inventor, I think that's quite remarkable. So I'm very glad, at least with the level that we got. Maybe you've noticed that towards the end, it was starting to lag a little bit. So yes, I'm glad that we just ended it here. But well, this is, I guess, a little tutorial on how you would make this card and a pretty extensive use of pretty much everything we've learned. I think in comparison, the Game Boy will be a lot easier to do because it's way fewer details than this. Or at least that's what I like to tell myself because we've been doing this for a long time already. Yes, and I'll probably split the video here because otherwise it would be a very, very long session 2.5. So yes, thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.